Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of Office Hours with Lanora. I want to thank you. I know we might be a little behind in terms of this schedule because I'm really just finishing up a meeting. So thank you for your patience first and foremost. But today I wanted to take this opportunity to bridge the gap in a sense and help clarify some recent changes that were made to our real estate industry for the state of Illinois to help others who are on the verge of making a decision about pursuing a real estate career. So this edition of Office Hours, we will talk about the recent changes to the Real Estate License Act of 2000 made by our governor a few weeks ago. And I wanted to address a lot of the phone calls that I am beginning to receive about those changes. Remember, Office Hours with Lanora originally serves as an opportunity for prospective students and those that are currently in the mode of earning a real estate license, learn more about their choices, their options, those various things to help them pass that exam on the first attempt, as well as to stay in the industry, the real estate industry, long term. Now, to the subject matter at hand, the changes that were made by our governor in reference to a few areas. The first one was the title change or official licensing change for leasing agents. The official term or license now is the residential leasing agent. So it spells it out a little more specifically than once before. I used to get tons of phone calls from people that wanted to know could they also do commercial work as a leasing agent with this type of license. So now with the actual license spelling out what you can do, residential leasing agent, more specifically, you know that you're going to be working with someone who is looking to rent residential property. The other changes that were made in terms of some enhancements to our pre-licensing and continuing education classes or coursework. For pre-licensing, currently as it is set by the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations, IDFPR, students must complete a 90-hour pre-licensing course. The changes that were signed took that 90 hours down to 75 hours. However, the one thing that I want to preference going forward is that although the changes were made and signed, the actual implementation of that has not occurred as of yet. Basically, the governor signed the paperwork to officially make this a change, but at the school level, we are not ready per IDFPR to change a 90-hour course to a 75-hour course. So hypothetically, if you were a student and you were starting a class with us on today, you would be still completing a 90-hour course versus the 75 that at some point we will get to that recent change made by our governor to the Real Estate License Act of 2000. I've had people to call because they learned of these changes and they wanted to know why were we still offering a 90-hour course when it's technically only 75. Again, until we receive at the school level direction from the body that regulates the real estate industry for Illinois, which is the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations, we abide by the rules that are in place. So we're asking for a little patience as those changes are made. There's nothing that we can do right now here at the school level but follow the rules, as I'm sure you understand. Okay? The other changes affecting continuing education, it moved from 30 hours to now 45 hours. So there are 3 15-hour blocks that students that have already earned their broker license and now seeking to renew that license for the first time will need to complete the post-licensing course. Okay? So those are some pre-licensing and post-licensing requirement changes. There is also a recent change to the managing broker, and in terms of the supervisory responsibilities, especially how they work with newer brokers. So those changes don't really affect someone at the pre-licensing course level. That's more for the managing broker and what they are required to do. The most talked about change that I've received tons of phone calls on was in reference to the reduction of the minimum age requirement. The current age requirement to be eligible to take the state and national exam for a pre-licensing broker course, you must be 21 years of age. The change that the governor made, he dropped that number from 21 to now 18. So what does that mean? Again, hypothetically speaking, if you were to take a pre-licensing broker class with any school in the state of Illinois right now, and then move on after you've passed the actual 90-hour course, to move on to take the proctored exam at the state and national level, you must still be 21 years of age to do that. Until the schools and the proctor for the state have officially rolled out or turned on the green light, in essence saying that 18-year-olds are now good to go to take the exam, we still have to follow what is in place currently. That might be confusing to some, but it's the job that is at hand until the changes are caught up and made. So if I have a student that's 18 years of age and they're interested in the broker course, for me, I'm going to discuss the requirements, which would be 21 years of age, have a high school diploma or GED, and to be of good moral character. Because can they take the class at 18 years of age? Absolutely. You can take the class. But once you officially complete your pre-licensing coursework, as it's stated right now, you're probably not going to be able to take the state and national exam. And that's scary to me because I don't want you to start forgetting what you've studied so hard and worked so hard for. So I would wait at this present time before, I know this sounds crazy because I speak education all the time, I would tell that student to wait until we get some clarification or changes have been made to allow them to go through the entire course and then quickly move on to take the state and national exam. Okay. The final topic that I want to speak to, and I won't dig deep in this subject matter because conversations are still being had about it, and that's wholesaling within the state of Illinois. Is it prohibited? Is it illegal? So on and so forth. That's not my definition to explain. What I will say is, as of now, anyone in the commission of a real estate transaction where you are representing one side or the other of that transaction and being compensated for it should have a real estate broker's license. So whether you're representing buyers, sellers, anyone seeking to lease residential, commercial properties, or whatever the case may be, you need to call me because we want to make sure, and I'm getting many calls from people that have done wholesaling and are currently, they have deals or transactions on their tables that they're finding they're not going to be able to close. So now there's becoming this mad dash of people seeking information to be ready to move on to take the course and or the state and national licensing exam. We have all of our classes starting in the month of September here at the REALTORS Real Estate School. I'm available to discuss all of the options pertaining to when you can start, what best schedule works for your schedule, your family obligations, and other things that might be important to you, and to help you transition through all of this. I know for some, change is just that change. For others, it can be a necessary evil, but something that must be done. I just want everyone to know, be patient, be flexible, be willing to do the hard work up front, and not let this throw you for a loop or prevent you from being successful in this type of course. I'm talking to a lot of frustrated people, and I get it, but at the same time, we all have to follow the rules. This is just my brief explanation of some of the changes. That's not all of them pertaining to what the governor has recently signed. I'm open for conversation about it, but I will discuss to a limit, because I want to be able to ensure that I'm not violating any rules or regulations and laws. Classes and schedules that are going to be starting really, really soon. We have here at the Realtors Real Estate School an accelerated class, which is Monday through Friday for 2 weeks, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. I'm sorry. For those 2 weeks, you can complete that current 90-hour requirement with us. We're going to also be starting evening classes as well as morning-only classes 3 times per week in the month of September. September 16th, our evening classes will start 5:30 till 9:15, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Morning classes will be starting on September 23rd, again, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then Saturday classes starting on September 21st. If you're one that works Monday through Friday and you have Saturday open and you want to attempt to take a pre-licensing course and Saturdays work for your schedule, go for it. It's a full day, 8:30 to 5:30, but you get the same instruction as if you were here the same full 2 weeks or 3 times per week. It's the same instruction across the board, but everyone gets to complete that 90-hour pre-licensing course based on their availability. Don't forget, online and self-study is a great option as well if the classroom structure does not work for your current schedule. I am here today waiting for the phones to ring, answering calls, looking for you to help you go through the options for your new real estate career. It's been my pleasure talking to you today. Post any questions below. Please remember to like, share, and return to all of the Office Hours with Lanora series. We'll get back to some additional instruction as well as some helpful tips on the very next episode of Office Hours with Lanora. So I'll be talking to you real soon. Thank you and have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your holiday too. Bye-bye.